Here we go. It says it's live. We're just gonna make sure everything's in working order before we get to go too far. Find out we done had sound was all jacked up the whole class. I hear myself loud and clear. Notification went out. The rest in the Lord's hands. What do you want me to do? All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and get it started tonight, man. Yeah, let's clap it up. All right, Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We're under Commandant General Yohana. We are not affiliated with any other Christian organizations or religious organizations or Muslim mosques, okay? We stand alone in the fight, bringing out the truth of the Bible since 1969, that every so-called Black, every so-called Hispanic, and every so-called Native American are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of, you understand? And that our oppressor is the devil in this land, the number one deceiver. You get that? And I mean, it's our oppressor has done a number on us, you know? Like, it's when you look at the condition of our people, just utterly destroyed, you know, in every way. I mean, it's only, I don't know how much more destruction, you know, could be caused to a person than for them to lose their entire identity. You get what I'm saying? Like, you take an entire people's, you know, identity away from them. That's some goddamn damage. Now them nuclear bombs and them missiles and, you know, fire and flood, like that caused some damage, man. But you talk about, you take a person's essence, you know, like you take a person's entire identity away from them and then feed them garbage to replace it. Like, that's a number, folks. You understand? Like, our oppressor has done an absolute number on us, and we are destroyed right now. We are in a destroyed condition, and the ISUPK is trying to provide the nation with the only remedy. You understand? Like, there's only one cure. You feel what I'm saying? Like, there's only one cure for an identity crisis, and that's to teach your identity. You get what I'm saying? Like, just think about when COVID hit, right? When COVID smacked this, you know, terrible land in its mouth, you know what I'm saying, a couple years ago, year and a half ago. Shit, it's going on a couple of years, right? A couple of years ago, when COVID smacked this land in its mouth, this planet, there's only like one like counter to the, you know, to COVID, and that's what, the vaccine. You understand? I mean, like, people were talking all kinds of remedies, man. I know that dumb President Trump, he was talking some nonsense about drinking bleach or some garbage. You understand? Trying to shoot up some Lysol, try to get, you know what I mean? Like, a bunch of strange, but you know, everybody knew that that's not gonna, that's not even a plausible solution. You understand? You need a vaccine. You feel me? You need treatment for this. You can't just throw anything at it. You have to throw something very specific at it, right? And that's what our people need, man. Our people, like, people have thrown the refrigerator at, you know, Black people's issues. You know, we've tried everything under the sun, you know, to try to improve our condition and to fight against, you know what I mean, these ailments and these issues and these so-called generational curses, you know, these family problems, these marital problems, like these financial problems, you know, these brotherhood problems and sisterhood problems. Man, we've been throwing everything at it, bro, and it has amounted to nothing. Everything has failed. You understand? And that's because we haven't been throwing. People haven't taken heed, I should say. Our people haven't taken heed to the solution. Our people haven't accepted the vaccination, you understand, of the truth. You get that? So we remain destroyed, man. We remain, we remain in bondage. We remain confused. We remain in the dark. And the ISUPK is trying to bring light to all of our issues, you understand, and solutions to all of these issues. You can find them in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yohana. You can find answers to your problems. You understand? And one thing I've been neglecting to do with class is giving you guys an opportunity to ask a question, you understand, as a part of class before I jump into my topic, right? And that goes for anybody that's online as well. If you got a question or whatnot, just throw your question in the chat. If not, you know what I'm saying, we'll just proceed with business as usual. But again, if you have questions, you could bring your questions to the ISUPK and get answers. You understand? Not lies, not what was it, run around the bush, beat around the bush. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get direct, real practical answers that are packed with wisdom and love. You understand what I'm saying? Like you're gonna get the truth. Sometimes we don't want to hear the truth, but sometimes the truth is the answer. You get that? Sometimes what we've been doing is the problem. You get like sometimes we've been, you know what I'm saying, in our own way. Our own actions have brought about certain consequences that we need to realize we need to change our actions if we want different outcomes or different consequences. You know what I'm saying? Like a different, outcome, I should say. All right. So with that, we're gonna so no questions in the room, no sweat. If as I'm going into this topic, if you do come up with a question, you understand, you can raise your hand. This ain't church. This ain't a sermon. You understand? This ain't the First Baptist Church of nothing. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. If you got a question, this is class. This is Wednesday night, class. You feel me? This is a biblical law class. You understand? So we're gonna get into a law, basically the law that we're not supposed to worship idols, man. Idol worship is a sin against the Most High. It's all throughout the Bible. It's not. It's not even debatable, right? But again, in our destroyed condition and our failed leadership in terms of the Christian church, the politicians, you understand, like the people we've looked to, you understand, the community organizers, these people that have, run their freaking mouths like they have an answer. They've had no solutions. You understand? That certainly none that the Most High would endorse. You get that? Their solutions have come from their own lust, from their own understandings, from their own desires, from their own philosophies, from their own preferences. When the God of this Bible could care less about your preference, what you like, you understand, what you prefer, he could care less. You understand? As he should, because we have this desire to follow our heart, and that desire to follow your heart will get you killed. You understand? The Bible says that the heart is wicked and deceitful. We should not be listening to that thing. You get that? We should not be listening to that heart. In the Christian church, that's what you're compelled to do. That's what you're expected to do in the Christian church. Listen to your heart. You understand? They get to, smashing on that organ and banging that tambourine and singing them songs. You are to feel those emotions and think that God is dealing with you. You understand? When the only dealing that God's going to be doing with you is judgment. You understand? From that garbage, from that vanity, from that show, from that concert, from that entertainment. You understand? The only thing that moves God is your obedience to what he expects out of you, especially specifically the children of Israel. Okay. So we're going to get into this idol worship garbage, man. And our leadership doesn't even understand what idol worship is. You get that? They're inadequate. They're incompetent. You feel me? Our leadership does it like, and that's giving them a pass. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's really letting them off the hook to say that they're just ignorant to the idea that the celebration of Christmas is by definition idol worship. You get what I'm saying? Like, just look at the symbolism of Christmas. Like, what's one symbol for Christmas? Anybody know? Maserati.
Christmas tree.
Christmas tree. Does that not sum up the what is it? The Christmas season, I should say. A Christmas tree. That thing is very specific, isn't it? It's got a very specific appearance. You understand? It's got a very specific purpose. Does like people who celebrate Christmas, do they all agree or disagree on the purpose of like that Christmas tree or what to do with it? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they all doing different things with the Christmas tree, or are they all pretty much on the same page with it? Huh?
Same page?
Yeah, they're on the same page. Like, everybody knows what to do with the Christmas tree. It's like, this is how you use a Christmas tree, right? That thing is an object. It's wooden. It's a tree, ain't it? Ain't trees wooden? I don't know. I've been out of school a while. Trees are wooden, right? You get what I'm saying? That thing is like is it reverenced? Like, is it important? Can you have Christmas without a Christmas tree? You understand what or is that like, it's like the main ingredient, right? It's one of the main ingredients. You need that Christmas tree to have Christmas. So you understand its importance? It's not just some take it or leave it. That thing is important. That thing is necessary in this season. You understand? And again, next week we'll get into the history of that thing. But this week we're just gonna keep it nice and general, as that thing is an idol, man. That thing is an idol that gets worshipped. You understand? People put that thing in their house. You understand? They decorate it. They make it as pretty as they can, right? They make it as appealing as they can. You understand? They're very careful with it. They nail it to the floor. Use the those little legs to make sure she stands up straight, right? They beating the hell out the cat. The cat run up, jump in the tree, and tear the tree up. The cat's going outside, right? Don't mess with the Christmas tree, man. That thing is sacred, right? But you see how important it is. You see how it's idolized and how it's worshipped. Not to mention the literal sacrifices that are brought to the tree, knelt down, and placed at the foot of it. You understand? The ritual of bringing that gift to the tree, kneeling down. Like, you can't don't nobody, I have, even when I was in the world, you don't go just toss a present under the tree. You have to bend over. You have to bow down and put that gift under there. They still do that, right? Now, do you see how when you put it into words, now you can kind of start to like envision, you know what I mean? Like, if you listen to the words along with the imagery, like, you can see, yeah, that does seem a lot like idol worship, man. That seems a lot like idol worship. And that's what's going on, man. When we celebrate Christmas, that's idol worship. And the God of this Bible will have none of it, man. He never tolerated that. He never tolerated idol worship. You understand? The children of Israel were always tempted to worship idols. You know who did worship idols? Everybody else around us. You understand? All the other nations. all the heathens. They worshiped idols like it wasn't nothing. It was the way to do things. Worship the idols, man. You know, where we idol at? You know what I'm saying? Like you would look at, you know, like you had two heads. You understand? When you didn't worship idols. But the God of this Bible, he does not want us worshiping idols, man. And we're gonna go ahead and jump into these scriptures, man. Let's get jeez Louise. Let's get Proverbs 3:31. I've started every class off with this scripture. I ain't get ready to change it up now. You understand? This is like I said, I brush my teeth with this scripture every morning. You understand? Going out into this world and dealing with this, you understand the traps and the snares that are out there, you know, against the children of Israel. You understand? Someone got that? Maserat, go ahead and let's get that.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31.
All right.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
Do what?
Envy thou not the oppressor.
One more time.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
It says, envy thou not the oppressor, man. That means we ain't supposed to want like we're not supposed to be jealous of our oppressor. And what are the things that we're like that we feel jealous of? You understand? What are the things that he has or he does that we want to do? His holidays, his whole lifestyle, we envy it. You understand? They were doing that Christmas garbage. You understand? And we follow right along. You understand? We jump right on board. 4th of July, they celebrate. You understand? Our oppressor celebrates his independence from, you know, Great Britain. We were slaves on the bottom of ships when this happened, and we celebrate it because our oppressors celebrating. Why not? I want to celebrate too. You know. Envy thou not the oppressor. Go ahead.
And choose none of his ways.
Choose some.
None of his ways.
A few.
None of his ways.
Man, it says choose none of his ways, man. You find your oppressor very serious about something, it will behoove you to pause and think twice about whether or not, you know, you should be on board with that. You understand? Especially if you're going to serve the Lord. Our oppressor ain't going to serve the Lord. You understand? The Lord don't want our oppressor to serve him no how. And our oppressor knows it. So he does everything like opposite what the Most High expects. That's why, like I said, this is one of the biggest holidays, you understand, like in the world. You understand? Like this is a big, like this thing is a big deal. So we should really take a second, you know, hold on. If he's so serious about this, maybe the Most High is absolutely against this. And then you learn that he is. One more time from the top, brother.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou not the oppressor.
And choose none of his ways.
And choose none of his ways, man. Everybody understand that? The Most High doesn't want us to do anything that our oppressor does. You understand? Envy thou not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. All right? So let's get into what our oppressor loves to do. Well, actually, let's do Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Let's talk about why the Most High wants us, you understand, like, to yeah, Baba Kasha, if you don't mind. Yeah, let's get out of Trooper Maserat. If you could grab me that situation in the back of the class, Baba Kasha, the water. You got that? All right, let's hear it.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6.
Okay.
For thou art an holy people.
For what?
For thou art an holy people.
It's talking about the children of Israel, man. This ain't the water. Said that thou art an holy people, man. What does it mean to be holy? Amawan?
Separate.
It means to be separate. You understand? Thou art a separate people. Go ahead.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the what?
Unto the Lord.
Unto the Lord thy God. Okay? Unto our God. Like we can't, like How can you be holy and separate if you're doing everything, like if you're worshiping all the other gods that everybody else worships? You see what I'm saying? Like if you're worshiping the Christmas tree like everybody else, how is that separate? You get what I'm saying? Like that's not being separate. Not unto your God, who finds that despicable and a joke. You understand? I shouldn't say a joke. He's angered by that. You get it? So how are we being separate if we're doing what everybody else is doing? That's not separate. Go ahead.
The Lord, thy God, hath chosen thee to be a special people.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people, man. Like that's what's missing in our community. You understand? That goes back to the beginning when we were talking about the identity crisis that we have when we don't even know who we are. You understand? Like we have an identity crisis, and now instead of us realizing how special we are, we disregard that all of that special, the things that are special, the things that make us amazing, all the talent, and we hand it over to our oppressor, trying to join with him, trying to please him. You understand? Trying to be accepted by him. We sacrifice all of that. We give it all up. You understand? That our special, we give it up. Go ahead. Was that the end of that?
Unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Read that again from the
Above-
top.
All right. Verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Uh-huh.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
To be a special people unto himself. Go ahead.
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Equal to,
Above,
just like,
above,
similar,
above all people.
above, man. Don't you understand that the Most High don't want us doing what we've been striving to do, which is just get by, just to be beneath but accepted by our oppressor? He wants us to be but like we are a people who are supposed to reign on this planet. You understand? We are the princes of the power. That's what Israel means. Yashar Allah. We are the princes of the power. We are supposed to rule this planet in righteousness. But we can't rule this planet in righteousness if we feel like we're subordinate. If we accept the subordinates of just bowing down and doing, whatever our oppressor, tells us to do. That's not, we will never obtain the Most High's favor and obtain this, our rightful seat. You understand? Like in control of this planet. We'll never get it. Not like that. Not with Stockholm syndrome. You understand? The kingdom don't come by Stockholm syndrome. You get that? We can't gain the favor of the Most High by doing what his enemy does and sinning against him. That's not how that'll never work. That's what we've been doing for centuries and millennia, and look where it's gotten us. Like we don't even know who we are. We think we're African American. You understand? We think we're Hispanic. We think we're Puerto Rican. We think we're, savages. We think we're wetbacks and spicks, you understand, and Negroes. Like we're the children of Israel, man. We're the 12 tribes. And we've lost all of that. We've compromised all of that to envy an oppressor, to be like the nations and the heathens around us, to worship their idols instead of the one true power. That's a bad deal. You understand? That's a bad deal. But all hope ain't lost. We're going to bring this truth out. We're going to show you in the Bible where idol worship is against the Most High. Worshiping other gods is against the Most High. Despite what your pastor tells you or shows you, you understand? You'll learn today that it's a lie. And you've got to, do better. We've got to do better as a people, man. Let me get Let me get Isaiah 2 and 8. Isaiah 2 and 8. Let me know when you get it. Oh, Salakia, I'm on. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse 8.
Go ahead.
Their land also is full of idols.
It's full of what?
Idols.
Christmas trees,
Idols.
turkeys,
Idols.
American flags,
Idols.
huh?
Idols.
Crosses.
Idols.
Full of idols, man. Full of idols, man. Now what land is that? Go ahead.
They worship the work of their own hands.
Yeah, they take them Christmas trees, right? They chop them down, put them in the house, and then decorate it. And I mean, they put that thing on full display too. You got to put it in front of the window or the door, right? Huh? You got to put that, like, everybody must see this. Like, this year we've outdone ourselves, huh? The tree this year is like we've never done it before. They worship these idols, man. Go ahead.
That which their own fingers have made.
Like they worship this tree. You understand that they've put and decorated, and it's like, yeah, look what I did. Look at this. You understand? The Most High is against that, man. Let me get Exodus 20, verse 2. Exodus 20, verse 2. This land is full of idols, man. This land is full of idols, man, and we gotta realize it. Like it's you ask a pastor, you know, are we supposed to worship idols? Some might say yes, some might say no. You understand what I'm saying? But if you ask any of them, is a Christmas tree an idol? None of them realize that a Christmas tree is an idol. You understand? You ask them, is that cross? You understand that they worship? That Jesus, you know, understand that cross that Christ died on, they worship that thing. Everybody has a cross necklace. You used to have one, Maserati? I thought you shook your head. No, I was. You understand? Everybody had a cross necklace, man. We worship that thing. You understand? That thing was worship. That thing had power in our minds. You understand? On the movies, even like you think about The Exorcist. That always cracked me up about the Exorcist movies. Like, that cross only works sometimes. You understand? Like, you ever seen that demon like act like that cross is working? You know what I'm saying? And then just start laughing at him. Like, like, what are you doing? But we think that cross got power. That thing is worship. That thing has no power. Yeah, we don't even realize what idols are. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But in ISUPK, we'll teach you what idols are. We'll teach you what to guard yourself against. Someone got that? Just get your hand up when you get that. I don't want to, you know, I'm trying to. Go ahead, Aliyah, if you don't mind.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 2.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 2.
I am the Lord thy God.
Again?
I am the Lord thy God.
Go ahead.
Which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. So
the same God that brought the children of Israel, delivered us out of the land of Egypt when we were in captivity under Pharaoh. This is him talking. It's like, yeah, you remember me? I'm that guy that brought them plagues to the land, brought Pharaoh to his knees, drowned his army in the sea. You understand? Go ahead.
Out of the house of bondage.
I took y'all out of bondage. You remember me? Remember that? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
Thou shalt what?
Have no other gods before me.
Just a few.
No other God. Just
Christmas.
No other God.
Santa Claus.
Have no other God.
Come on, man. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. I mean, does this sound like a debate? Does this sound like there's room for negotiation? Like, does it sound like he ain't say Don't have a bunch of gods before me. Don't have, those gods before me. I don't have no God, man, before me. You understand? And when it says before, like it don't mean like at all. Like it don't mean, well, you can have them, but just don't think that they're as important as me. It's saying don't have no other gods in front of my freaking face. Like I don't want to see it. You understand? Before me. Like I don't want to see you with any other gods. What other God is there? What other God is there? The Christian church puts it like some hierarchy. It's like you got God, then you got Santa Claus, then you got the president of the United States. You understand? Like, and as long as you keep it in the right order, you know what I mean? You got grandma, you understand? You got your kids. Like, as long as you got it in the right order, then the Most High is okay with it. The Most High don't want you to have any other gods. Like don't think that there's any other gods. And we're gonna get into you understand, like, so that go and that's why you got to tie that gods into idol worship. You understand, like, because those idols are the gods. You like to us, what do we do with that Christmas tree when Christmas season's over? Huh? What do we after New Year's? What do we do with the Christmas tree, sis? You throw that thing away. Why? Why throw this thing up? Why throw it away? It's so magical and so amazing and so, you know what I mean? You can't even have Santa come to your house without it. Why do we throw it away? Because it's garbage. It's nothing. It was nothing when you put it. It was nothing when you chopped it down. When you cut it down, it's dead. It's already like you just made a dead tree. You understand? It's nothing. It's not a God. There is no power in it. The Most High wants us to understand who is really in charge, and that's him. And if he's in charge, you obey him. You serve him. You get that? If you think that there are other powers and other things that are worth your time and your reverence, you understand, and your obedience, especially when you understand it's it's contrary to the will of the Most High, when it's against his commandments. I mean, what do you expect? How can you expect anything positive from it? Have you ever written a letter to Santa? You think Santa got your letter and did something about it? Huh? I hear I've heard back when I was in the world, you understand, like adults, you understand, like you might ask your parent, what do you want for Christmas? You understand? And I remember hearing some slick nonsense like, all I want for Christmas is peace. I just want peace on earth. Anybody ever heard that, yo? Like, how'd that work? You get your wish granted? Huh? Wait, no? But weren't you good? Weren't you a good boy all year? A good girl? Ate your vegetables? Kept your room clean? Santa ain't give you peace on earth? Yeah, maybe Santa ain't got no power at all. You understand? Maybe it's a joke to even put your faith in something like that. You understand? And on top of it, anger the Most High. You get what I'm saying? Like simultaneously. Listen, let's get I got so many scriptures on this, man, and I don't know what the Christian church is doing. I have no idea, man. Let's get Jeremiah 10:1. Jeremiah 10:1. I'm gonna pack this class with a lot of scriptures. I like to go into my anecdotes and breaking it down and the analogies and the examples and the practical real world, scenarios. But again, with this one, we're looking at it right around us in this here library. You understand? Like, we ain't gotta look too far. We don't need too many examples. Again, I'll just keep hitting on Christmas, and you'll see Christmas in the Bible, and you'll see what we're talking about. Okay. Someone got that? Whoever's got it, just go ahead and start reading it, man. Y'all fight that out.
Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Hear ye the word which the Lord spaketh unto you,
Go ahead.
O house of Israel.
So the Most High is speaking to Israel. You understand? What did he tell? What did the Most High tell the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans? Go ahead. Read.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord,
This is what he said. Go ahead.
learn not the way of the heathen.
Do what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. So the heathen has a way. The heathen does this thing, do these things. They do this at this time. They do that at that time. They believe in this. They believe in that. They have these traditions. They have these customs. The Most High says, read that again.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. Don't try to. Go ahead.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
The way of the heathen is very superstitious. You understand? Very superstitious. Like, how do I say it? Here's a good the zodiac signs. You understand? Does the all right, zodiac signs. Zodiac signs, you know, your Scorpio, your Libra, your Cancer. You've heard of these things that they've derived based on what time of the year you're born. You understand? And somehow what time of the year you're born aligns with certain constellations, right? And because of the time of the year you're born and the constellation, that determines what type of person you are. That determines if you got a short temper. You understand? Mm-hmm. That determines if you trust people and you're too trusting, or if you don't trust nobody. Like, those things determine who you are. You understand? Like, they look to those types of signs as wisdom and solutions and answers and clues. And when the Most High says, be not dismayed. You understand? Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Like, don't look at the stars and be so damn amazed that now you start worshiping, you understand, the stars. You get what I'm saying? The heathen sees the stars and said, we got to worship that. The heathen sees, the Egyptians see a damn beetle, and now they got to worship the beetle. You understand? They see a dog, and now they got to worship a dog. They see a tree, now you got to worship a tree. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's damn Easter. You see an egg and you worship eggs. What? Like don't be so childish and just full of wonder and just damn surprised at everything you see. Don't be so dismayed. The heathen does that, and they make a tradition out of it. They make a celebration out of it. They make a whole a ritual out of it. You understand? The Most High is saying, children of Israel, listen, don't do what the heathens do. They see a sign, they get all dismayed and all full of wonder and all excited and all crazy and stupid. Go ahead.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
The heathen are dismayed at them. You understand? And I'm just going to stop that there because I'm saving the rest of that for next week. It just says, don't learn the way of the heathen. You understand? Let me get Colossians 2:8. Colossians 2:8. Yeah, be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. Like, good night. Like, it is. Yeah, it's a terrible thing. We're supposed to worship the Creator, not the creations. You get what I'm saying? Like it's the Egyptians worship the sun. Like, they worship it. Like in there. That's why I always laugh at like Egyptology, right? And that blackity black nonsense, man, because they literally worship the sun. Like, the sun is a big deal to them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, the sun, like, I'm not saying the sun ain't important and it's, you know, in what it does on the planet, but the Most High made the sun. They'd rather worship the sun than worship the Most High. Like to the Egyptians, the sun is the most important god ever. Like without the sun, there's nothing. You're a joke, man. You get what I'm like? You're a fool. That there's a power that made that sun. You get what I'm saying? Someone got that? Let's get it. Colossians 2:8.
Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you.
Say what?
Beware lest any man spoil you.
One more time. That first word is what?
Beware.
Beware, man. Don't you understand that our leaders have taught us to not beware? Like what? Like what is it that we should beware of? Like what have we been taught to be cautious about? Like what have we been taught to be on guard against? Everybody loves everybody, right? Can't we all just get along? Just one bad apple don't spoil the bunch. Just forgive just be so forgiving, and just if someone smacks you upside the head, just just forgive them. Turn the other cheek, right? But just nothing bad is ever going to happen, man, and just everything is just go about your life and just be. Not beware of anything. We don't beware of anything. We don't even know that there is an enemy at our doorsteps. You understand? That is waging a non-stop war against you. You understand? For your physical life as well as your soul. You understand? Like they want to consume your entire being. Like I said, when they took our identity from us, when we lost, when we were stripped of who we were, I mean, what do you have left besides submission? You understand? Like, what do you have left? You don't. And then to be taught that the one that took that from you is now your friend. They ain't give it back though, but they're your friend. You ain't got to worry about them. They're not still trying to. Slavery's over with. You don't have to worry about that. That's in the past. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, so that's ignore that. Forget about that. There's no longer a war being waged against you and your people. Despite all the statistics, despite all the evidence, this is just, there's no such thing as, systemic racism. That's a myth. That's not true. That's just some nuts making up stuff that just want to complain about stuff. Okay. The Bible says, beware. Go ahead.
Lest any man spoil you.
Lest any man spoil you. If you don't beware, you're going to be spoiled, man. And it says any man. Like, if you're not on guard, the ISUPK teaches men to be absolutely on guard. I'll say that. On guard. Against everything. Everything is a setup. Everything is a trap. Everything is a potential. You know what I mean? Like, everything has risk. Everything is serious. There is no, like, it'll be hard to pull the wool over the eyes of a brother in the ISUPK, because we're taught to be skeptical of everything outside of the truth. You understand? And it has done, personally, it has done me very well to realize those dangers. You understand? To realize that war that's being waged on TV, on social media. You understand? The war that's being waged against, our sisters. The war that's being waged, against our brothers. The wars that are being waged against our children. Yeah, like this ain't a time of peace. Who in the hell is sleeping right now as if everything is copacetic and a-okay? Huh? When our sisters are being taught to be absolutely masculine and just dragon-like to their partners. You understand? To their husbands. To treat their husbands like garbage. You understand? For whatever reason. because again, that's the influence that they're receiving. And our brothers, our men are being taught to be absolutely effeminate and soft. You understand? And absolutely submissive to their women. If they stand a chance at a relationship working, to be absolutely submissive and subordinate to a woman, man. Our kids are being taught to be Lord, like not even to be, I say our kids are being taught to not even be the daggone gender that they're born as. That gender that they're born as that doesn't mean anything. You don't think there's a war going on? You don't think the war is going on in the Christian church? It's like that's the battle. That's a battlefield where all of those things I just named are happening. The women are in charge of the men. The men better watch their mouths to the ushers, or get your tail thrown out. Get your tail thrown up out the church, right? And the kids are all being molested, and we know that molestation is a primary precursor to children having sexual identity problems. You understand? And gender identity problems. Like that is like the 90% of the cases stem to child molestation. You understand? And the church is full of homosexuals. You understand? Full of homosexuals. But look at the dynamic. Look at what's being pushed. The women are being taught to be masculine. The men are being taught to be feminine. Ain't no man supposed to be beating a tambourine. I'm sorry. That just don't even look right. It just don't even look right. I mean, yeah. Anyway, and again, our children. Good night. Just look at the school system, man. Y'all better pay close attention to them policies and stuff. You understand that these schools are bending to and accepting and pushing. You understand these policies, that this legislation. It's a disgusting thing happening in them schools, man. You a parent and you got kids. You better find out what those policies are and figure out. You understand what you better start teaching your own children, huh? Teaching your own children that I don't care what that school tells you. This is what you're gonna do. You better teach them to beware what that school teaches them. Don't accept everything that school teaches. You understand what I'm saying? Read that again from the top. Beware. Go ahead.
Lest any man spoil you.
Unless someone may spoil you. What does it mean to spoil? What does it mean to spoil? Ruin. Get that brother a hand. I like that word. That wasn't even the word I was thinking of. That's a good one. Tawab job, young man. Tawab job. All right. Lest any man ruin you. How can they ruin you, brother? Keep reading.
Through philosophy.
Through what?
Through philosophy.
Philosophy. What's philosophy? Just some teaching, some idea. You know, I was thinking, just because you have a ride, that doesn't mean, you understand, you can't identify as a sister. You understand? And wear makeup and dresses and LuLaRoe tights. Did I say that right? Did I say that right? You understand? That doesn't mean you can carry a purse and all of those things. Philosophy, some idea, some destructive nonsense. Go ahead.
And vain deceit.
And what?
And vain deceit.
And vain deceit. You understand? Just deceit. Like we know what deceit is. And listen, man. Our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And devil means deceiver. How deceptive is that, man? You wage this like that's master deception. You understand? That is masterful deception. When you're waging a war on the people that don't even realize a wage is being warred on them. Do you understand? Like this whole Christmas thing, this whole Christmas get up, they thrive during this time of year. We go empty their shelves, you understand, to put garbage under our trees and go broke. You understand? That's masterful, man. Without pulling a trigger. Without saying stick them up, empty them pockets. Man, we bust the door down Black Friday. We fighting to get in there. Savings account, cashed out in my pocket, whole thing. All $300 of it. I need this TV, right? Go ahead, brother.
After the tradition of men.
After what?
The tradition of men.
After the tradition of men, the things that men think are important. They have the tradition of, like, is Christmas a tradition of man? Man come up with Christmas? What about Thanksgiving? Man come up with Thanksgiving? What about 4th of July? Man come up with that, right? What about Halloween? Huh? What about New Year's celebration? The ball drop? Baby New Year? Huh? Valentine's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, the tradition of men. Go ahead.
After the rudiments of the world.
After what?
The rudiments of the world.
After the rudiments of the world. This is the world. Like this is the beliefs and the the things that the world holds true. What does rudiments mean? Someone look that up in the dictionary right quick. Rudiments. That's a powerful word right there. I like it. Start using that. Whew. What you got, Maserati?
Rudiments, the first principles.
Stop right there. The first principle, like the values, those things that are most important, the foundation of what?
Of a subject.
Of a subject. But what is this saying in the scripture? The rudiments of what?
The world.
The rudiments of what?
The world.
The things that the world, people in the world think are priority. Christmas. You gotta get in the Christmas spirit, man. Where's your Christmas spirit? You're not gonna celebrate Christmas? What about the kids? Your children's happiness is the only thing that matters in life, man. What are you doing? Huh? Your child being who they want to be is the only thing that matters. Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, boy, they understand the rudiments of the world, right? That young man of theirs that they're letting be a claim to be a girl, and I think they're going to. Did they do the operation yet? I know they said they were going to. Still on the waiting list. They're about to do that. They're about to go to the point of no return. You understand? After the rudiments of the world. Go ahead.
And not after Christ.
And what?
And not after Christ.
And not after what?
And not after Christ.
Imagine that. Christmas tree in the church. A rudiment of the world. And what?
And not after Christ.
Ain't after Christ, man. Show me where Christ celebrated Christmas. Huh? They try to say they celebrating Jesus' birthday. All right, now show me. How old was he? They said 33 or some odd age like that. All them years they were celebrating Christmas in the Bible for 33 years. 33 cracks at it and not one mention of it. But they missed that. That wasn't important enough to put in the Bible, but important enough that it'll ruin a family. You understand? The rudiments of the world, the principle. Well, I like that word. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna hear me start saying that junk a lot. The rudiments of the world. That's heavy. That's what we up against, the rudiments of the world versus the rudiments of the Most High. You get what I'm saying? Let me get I got so many more scriptures. I'm telling y'all, like the Bible's full of scriptures about idols and other gods. Let me get we're running short on time. Let me get 1 Corinthians 3:11. We'll do that one. Because it's in the title as far as my topic. I don't want to you know what I'm saying? I want to make sure we put that piece on there. You got that for me? All right, go ahead, Maserati.
1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 11.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, my guy.
13.
Go ahead.
Another. When I was a child.
When I was a what?
When I was a child.
When I was a what?
When I was a child.
When I was a child. We were all children once, right? Weren't we children? Nice and naive. Y'all ain't even children no more, for real. You understand? But you remember when you were, tiny kid. You understand? All right, go ahead.
I spake as a child.
When you were a child, man. You acted like you spoke like a child. Go ahead.
I understood as a child.
You understood as a child. You were just duped and, believed anything. You understand? Go ahead.
I thought as a child.
You thought as a child. You believed in Santa Claus. You understand? I remember in the world when y'all were younger, man, we were celebrating this garbage for no reason. Parents have that fear. Like, there's a thing where you better not be the one to tell another kid, like, to be the one to disclose to them that Santa Claus is fake. Don't be that one. It's going to be a problem. Because, a child, most children, you know what? I'm going to give credit. Most children are smart enough to figure that out the first time they go to the daggone mall and see multiple Santa Clauses. You understand? Or go to the parade and they see, like, where are these Santa Clauses? Like, you got black Santa Claus, you got Chinese Santa Claus, this Santa Claus, his whole beard fake. Like, most children are smart enough to figure that out, but that wonder leaves them still believing because you're a child. You understand? Go ahead.
But when I became a man.
So we can't stay children? Huh? We can't stay children our whole life. We got to grow up sometime. At some point, we mature and become adults. And we become men and women. Go ahead.
I put away childish things.
You did what?
I put away childish things.
You kept believing in Santa Claus.
I put away childish things.
You kept believing in the Easter Bunny.
I put away childish things.
You have to put that childish stuff away, man. At some point, you have to realize that it's all childish nonsense and knock it off. Even if it, I'm not going to say that. Not only is it childish, but it is a sin against the Most High. They said when you know better, you do better, right? You know that celebrating Christmas angers the Most High. Don't turn around and then go ask him for nothing. You understand? Don't ask him to heal you of that gout. You understand? Don't ask him to heal you of that cancer. Don't ask him to heal you of nothing. Don't ask him to give you that job. Don't ask him to give you that car, that house. You understand? Don't ask him to give you nothing, man. If you're going to celebrate Christmas, you get what I'm saying? If you're going to be a child and just be a child and just love being a child and love being simple. The General Muhammad said one time, and it had me rolling, right? He said, like a child, you take that quarter and put that behind that kid's ear, you know what I'm saying? And you pull it out and you show them, that child think they really had a quarter in their ear. Like, that's us with you understand, following these customs and these traditions, you understand, and these philosophies and participating in it. We're those children that think that a quarter really came out of our ear, man. And we got to knock that off. You understand? This idol worship is not innocent. It's not fun. It's not for the family. It doesn't benefit us. You get what I'm saying? It only further aids in our destruction, man. We go broke over it, and we piss the Most High God off over it, man. You understand? And the children of Israel need to wake up to that. And we need to knock that garbage off. You understand? All right. So I just want to make a quick announcement. Again, I brought it up last week. Bring it up again this week, man. We got Officer Uriah Ya'ala out of the Baltimore school. He's putting on a lecture this weekend, December 18th, at the Baltimore school, 3430 Eastern Ave. On a lecture, he's putting on a lecture on Black economics, and this is a much needed, you understand, lecture that, for our community, because it's something that we suck at. Because again, we're not on guard. We don't know that the banking system is set up to prey on us. You get what I'm saying? Like, we don't know how to manage our debt. We just take on credit cards and take on loans, no way of paying it back, and we just stay in the hole. And we further our own oppression by not understanding this topic. But Officer Uriah Allah, he's putting on this class, man. It's gonna be amazing, man. And again, much needed. So again, if you're in the area, if you're on the Eastern Shore area, if you're in the DC area, the Baltimore area, the Delaware area, you understand, or even the New Jersey area, I mean, it would behoove you to make it your business to get to 3430 Eastern Avenue. You understand, in Baltimore, and support this brother putting on this lecture. Come get this information. You understand, so that we could be better stewards over our finances. You understand, because that is one of the key elements. You understand, of building this nation. You understand, is assuming some type of financial control over our resources. You understand. So I definitely just wanted to plug that. Shout out to that brother, man, doing an amazing job. Again, this lecture is going to be off the chain. He's been working on this thing for months. You understand? And if you ever seen this brother work, he is very diligent, you understand, in his research, and very thorough. You do not want to miss this event. You understand? And with that, I want to say, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Barakathum to the Akim, Yahweh Shamar Alathun Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to the Akwathium. And with that, Shalom, Israel. So